Hi there, my name is Martine Gauthier and I'm the Executive Director of Student Services. So last year, about 6,000 students accessed our services for mental health concerns. One of the things I think is really important to do is to clarify the difference between mental illness and mental health concerns. Most of our students are coming to our services for mental health concerns. When we talk about mental illness, research shows that the rates of mental illness are actually not increasing. So when mental illness refers to bipolar disorder, it refers to schizophrenia, clinical depression. So again, those rates are actually not increasing. What is increasing are levels of anxiety and depression. Now, this is not just among our McGill students. This is across North America and actually across the world in our youth population. And these are the main two kind of symptoms that our students are coming forward with in terms of mental health concerns. The Student Wellness Hub is in response to what students have been saying about our services. And there's a number of concerns that they have. So the first one is that students don't know what services are available to them and how to access them. So the other thing that students have been saying is that they really want more resources to reduce wait times. Wait times are a real concern to our students. So waiting in line for appointments, waiting on the telephone. So that is a concern that we will be addressing with the Student Wellness Hub. Another thing that students have mentioned is transferring between services. So it's a bumpy road between counseling services and health services. So this is another area that we are addressing with the Student Wellness Hub. In terms of messaging, this is something that is fragmented across student services and across actually McGill campus. Students are receiving different messages at different times around health and wellness that are not always consistent. In terms of accessing information, that's another area of concern. So when students are experiencing something in their daily lives and they want to know where to go, who to talk to, we have about 20 different websites in health and wellness. And so this is, again, another issue that we will be addressing. And finally, there's very little information about off-campus resources in terms of health and wellness. And this is a challenge that our students have voiced time and time again. So where do we want to be with the Student Wellness Hub? Well, the first thing is that we want to have adapted programming for our students. So students need to be able to choose the right service, the right program, the right type of support for them in a way that fits their own needs. The second piece is building a culture of wellness. And this by building a culture of wellness, what we're using is called the wellness wheel. And the wellness wheel looks at all aspects of an individual's wellness. So, for example, to have a balanced life, there's an aspect of spiritual wellness, physical wellness, career wellness, financial wellness, and including mental health wellness. And we know that when one aspect of this wellness is out of balance, so for example, if a student fails an exam, it very much affects their anxiety levels or their mental health. And so the Student Wellness Hub is really taking this holistic approach to student wellness and recognizing that it is complex. The other piece is ease of use. So simplifying our services, simplifying access to our services. And so I'll talk with you in a moment about how we're going to do that. So how will we be addressing our student concerns with the Student Wellness Hub? The first thing that we'll be doing is bringing our health and wellness services into one physical location. So right now, renovations are going on in the west wing of the Brown Student Services building. Students, whether they have a stomachache or a headache or in addition to anxiety, can walk into the hub and they will be connected to the appropriate clinician. So this means that we'll be bringing together our nurses, our GPs, our counselors, our psychiatrists, our dietitians, our frontline services into one holistic service so that we're not fragmenting the student experience. So another important component of the Student Wellness Hub is the virtual hub. So the virtual hub is taking our approximately 20 health and wellness websites and combining them into one website. Now, what we did was in the fall of 2018, we did a bunch of focus groups with students to learn how they wanted to receive information about health and wellness. And so the virtual hub will be based on that feedback. And in terms of classifying and simplifying access for our students. The virtual hub will also be informed by a mapping project. Now, this mapping project is in collaboration with the Department of Geography, so geomapping. So it's somewhat like a Google map that is looking at all of the resources on campus, off campus, and this includes McDonald campus, and will be extended into the South Shore and other areas where our students are living. And it is mapping out these resources in such a way that makes it really easy for students to get the information that they need. So the third aspect of the Student Wellness Hub is student-centered space. So what we're doing is we're renovating the space to be really conducive to our student needs in terms of study space, in terms of gathering space, and in terms of alone space. Oftentimes, when students are walking into our building, they are experiencing a certain level of distress, and we want the students to feel comfortable when they walk into the building. And this means, perhaps being greeted by a student staff who can help direct them to the appropriate service. It may mean going into a corner in a comfortable chair to sit and do some studying. In terms of health and wellness promotion, this is an area that we are expanding. And it was probably one of our biggest gaps in terms of health and wellness. And so our health and wellness promotion will now be the Healthy Living Annex. So it will be a physical location connected to the hub clinic, and it will be a place where students can come in and get peer support, where they can talk to a nurse about maybe some of their concerns, a dietitian, and gain access to all kinds of programming around health and wellness. The fifth aspect of the Student Wellness Hub is the spoke model of the hub. So we're actually calling it a hub and spoke model. And the spoke is our local wellness advisors. So by September 2019, we will have 12 local wellness advisors embedded in faculties, in residence, in athletics, international student services, a local wellness advisor for our graduate students at McDonald campus. And these local wellness advisors, their main focus is on awareness, prevention, and early intervention. So not only will they be seeing students one-on-one to help students navigate or negotiate an issue that they have, but they will also be engaging students within faculties in very specific and tailored workshops, support groups, trainings, to enable students to really build their skills and to be able to navigate the health system. So our local wellness advisors are a critical component of the Student Wellness Hub and will be really access points and feedback loops into the main hub clinic. The final part of our model is building community partnerships. And so this part of our model is to help support students with more complex needs who may need more frequent care or more specialized care that we don't have within the Student Wellness Hub. And so we want to be connecting students with these resources in a way that is warm and welcoming. And so we are working to develop community partnerships with our clinics, with our hospitals, with our specialists outside of McGill, and creating feedback loops with these community services and community partners so that our students are actually being served not only externally with our specialists, but at the same time being followed internally by our student wellness hub clinicians here. So really creating a joint partnership to better support the needs of our students. So in terms of the Student Wellness Hub, what can you expect along the way? Construction has already begun on the physical aspect of the Student Wellness Hub, and it's slated to be completed in May of this year. So throughout the summer, what we will be doing is testing all of our processes and procedures, and we do have 225 processes and procedures that we are revising in order to create a seamless student experience. And we are integrating all of our professionals and the work that they do, again, to create that seamless student experience, so that by September of 2019, our new incoming students and our students who are in the process of completing their degrees will be walking into a location and into an experience where they will have a physical hub, a virtual hub, and our 12 local wellness advisors embedded throughout the campus in order to better serve our student needs and to increase access to our health and wellness services.